I never thought I'd find myself standing on the edge of a canyon on a planet whose skies shimmered in shades of violet and emerald. Yet there I was, a human far from Earth, my suit's visor reflecting the jagged terrain beneath me. I had been part of the exploratory team sent to survey Zephyria 9, a recently discovered exoplanet with an atmosphere almost hospitable to humans. But I was alone now. My team had been scattered after a sudden energy surge, leaving me vulnerable and utterly exposed. Then I saw her. She emerged from the swirling mist, moving with a grace that defied gravity. Her skin glowed faintly, almost like molten silver, and her eyes were iridescent pools that seemed to see everything, even my panic. I had heard rumors about the indigenous life forms of Zephyria 9, intelligent, highly evolved, but notoriously hostile to outsiders. And yet, she didn't attack. Not at first. "Stay back," I said, my voice trembling through the comms. "I mean you no harm." She tilted her head, observing me, the faintest smirk curling her lips. Then she spoke in a language that made my teeth ache just to hear. Yet, astonishingly, the translation matrix in my suit rendered it into English. "You are far from home." Why should I care? I swallowed hard. "I'm here to study your world, to understand it. I can leave if you want." Her laughter rang like crystal chimes, but it was cold. "Leave? You are nothing here. I see no reason to allow you to survive." For hours I tried to communicate. I showed her samples, sketches, my instruments. Each time, she looked at me with that piercing gaze, shook her head, and vanished into the mist. I learned quickly that this alien woman was no ordinary creature. She was the guardian of this land, fiercely intelligent, and capable of bending her environment to her will. Plants would twist away from her feet, rocks would shift as she passed. I felt like a child trying to impress a parent who had no intention of acknowledging me. Days passed. I survived on emergency rations and my growing familiarity with Zephyria 9's terrain. And still, she appeared at unpredictable moments, always watching, always distant. At first, I felt frustration, rejection. Every human instinct in me wanted her to accept me, to communicate freely. But she wouldn't. Not until something changed. It started with a storm. The violet skies erupted into streaks of electric green lightning, and the wind howled like a chorus of screaming beasts. I was caught on a ridge, struggling to keep my footing as the rocks beneath me trembled. Then she appeared, as if the storm had summoned her. "Move," she commanded. Not a request, but a sharp order. I obeyed, scrambling toward her, but a fissure opened beneath me. Instinctively, I reached for the edge. I felt the rocks crumble, and then her hand. It was impossibly strong, glowing with the same silver luminescence as her skin. She pulled me up, her grip unyielding. For the first time, our eyes met, and I saw something different, concern. "You are fragile," she said, her voice softer now, but persistent. "Perhaps you deserve closer observation." That was the turning point. I had been rejected, ignored, even endangered by her indifference. Yet when the storm threatened my life, she chose to save me. I realized then that her alien pride was not cruelty, it was a test. She was measuring my resolve, my adaptability, my worthiness. Over the next several days, she brought me into her domain. I saw structures unlike anything I had imagined, buildings that floated in the air, connected by glowing bridges of energy, gardens where plants pulsed with light in harmony with the planet's magnetic field. And she showed me how to survive here, teaching me subtly, without words. I began to anticipate her movements, understand her expressions, and even feel the rhythm of the world through her guidance. We weren't friends. Not yet. But there was a connection, a fragile trust forming in the spaces between her words and her actions. And I knew I had to be careful. I was human, fragile, yet now dangerously entwined with a being whose power could destroy me in an instant. One evening, the twin suns dipped beneath the horizon, casting the landscape in hues of molten gold and deep crimson. We stood on a cliff overlooking the valley. She turned to me, her iridescent eyes locking with mine. "You have endured," she said. "Most would have fled. Most would have begged. You did neither." I swallowed, feeling the weight of those words. I wanted to understand, to see your world, to know you. Her expression softened, a fleeting smile that seemed almost human. "Perhaps you may remain closer. But know this. My world is not yours to conquer. It is not yours to claim. You are tolerated for now." And just like that, everything shifted. The cold distance, the rejection, the trials, they were gone. Or perhaps transformed. She didn't invite me into her life fully, but she allowed me to exist beside her, under her scrutiny, yet within her protection. She wanted me close, not as a companion, not as an equal, but as a presence worthy of observation. It was alien, it was terrifying, and yet it was acceptance. I stayed on Zephyria, 9, learning, surviving, and slowly, in my own way, becoming part of her world. She never spoke of friendship or affection in the human sense, but her actions were unmistakable. Rejection had become proximity. Hostility had become guidance. And in the strange, glowing landscapes of that alien planet, I discovered that sometimes survival was not enough. You had to earn the attention of those who could destroy you, and perhaps, in earning it, find a place you had never imagined existing. I never asked for her favor. I never demanded it. But when she finally extended it, even in the smallest way, I realized that this alien woman, the one who had once rejected me, had changed everything. I was no longer just a visitor. I was someone she wanted close. And that, in a universe filled with endless dangers, was more than enough. Word count, 1014. If you want, I can also create a full SEO video package for this story, timestamps with emojis, description, 30 hashtags, keywords, why watch this, and what you'll learn, all optimized for YouTube. This will make your video fully ready for upload. Do you want me to make that next? I never asked for her favor. I never demanded it. But when she finally extended it, even in the smallest way, I realized that this alien woman, the one who had once rejected me, had changed everything. She no longer saw me as just an outsider to be tested or ignored. I was someone she allowed to be near her, someone she trusted with her presence. As the twin suns set, casting long shadows over the alien landscape, I felt a strange mixture of awe and belonging. The world around us shimmered with life I could barely comprehend, and for the first time, I understood that connection didn't always look like friendship or love as humans define it. Sometimes it was survival, trust, and the quiet permission to exist alongside a being far greater than yourself. She turned toward me, her eyes reflecting the fading light. Without words, I knew I had earned a place in her world. And that place, tenuous as it might be, was enough. For the first time since I arrived on Zephyria 9, I felt at home. If you want, I can also combine this with a full SEO-ready YouTube package, timestamps with emojis, description, hashtags, keywords, and all why watch and what you'll learn sections, so your video is fully optimized. Do you want me to do that next?